Hello. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Nice afternoon for some adventuring on the high seas in Sleeping Gods. Is that about right? Twist that a bit more. Am I kind of in that? Yes. We'll say yes. Is everything working okay? Let me know as always. Can you see it all right? Can you hear it all right? Things are bouncing for me, so I'm going to assume it's okay. I'm perhaps a bit loud. I did mess with loads of things yesterday when I did the video gamey stream, and I think the mic was a bit further away from me. I'll turn it down a little bit. Hi, James. Hi, Steve. And put me right, Steve. Well, I think Sleeping Gods, as my playthroughs go, Sleeping Gods wasn't that goof ridden. I don't think. So hopefully, you saw part one last week of my big Sleeping Gods adventure. If you didn't, wouldn't worry too much. The point is, we're on the seas. We're trying to wake up the gods. We need things to do that. What things? We don't know. I have played this before as a whole campaign, but I don't really remember the ins and outs of quest things. And as I remember, this was about 3 weeks ago now. As I remember, I have come to a brand new page, and I'm in kind of an area we never went to anyway. And yeah, I'll reacquaint myself with the things that I was supposed to be doing. Oh, is Paul streaming? What's Paul streaming? Is there going to be quite as much adventure? I did actually just see a notification, but I was pressing things for this stream. Mandala stones. That's up there somewhere. It doesn't get enough votes. Sadly. There'll be time for more things eventually. So, it's time for adventure. It's time to do stuff. I've got all of these quests in front of me. I think I should have watched the end of the playthrough, really, shouldn't I, to remind myself of what I was doing here. I think the last thing we found weren't there some people? Yes, this blasphemous literature. Can we zoom in on the quests a little bit? A group of pan wanderers has asked us to steal a copy of a book called Gomka from a reclusive scholar who lives nearby. And there is, I don't know if a reclusive scholar would live here, but there is a scholar's camp not far away on the map. So we could, while I'm here, and I don't have to move away, because this was a bit of a tricky space to get into, it looks like, I could go and visit R93 and see what's going on over there. I think I was trying to find, wasn't I? Wasn't I zooming all the way around trying to find this S. Zassi and his trunk? And I couldn't find it, and that's how we've ended up on this page, which is actually from the expansion. The expansion is just more stuff. So I don't think I've made any notes about this place. I've made no notes on this page whatsoever. Because I think I can come back to that space I've just been to if I've got the blasphemous literature. I think it sent me to a random place, right? I went there and it said, go to this random page in this book. So let's have a look at that then. Let's do some questing. I've got all sorts of stuff from my first part at this. There's like an hour, the first video. I think we've probably got just under a couple of hours. The special surprise video that I was hoping to film last night is probably getting filmed tonight at 5, as far as I know. So that's one time where I've got like a hard finish tonight. But don't worry, Steve. It's not going to be, if there's goofs, they're not going to be like correctable ones. It's a very simple game. It'll be cool though. I'm looking forward to it. So this is a game of just adventure, James. This is all about, we have kind of all 9 of the characters in this game, well 8 of us anyway, have just found ourselves in this mysterious place, and the only way to get out is to wake the gods up, and we are kind of roaming around trying to find these things, and we're just discovering quests. That's kind of the thing. You get these quests that are kind of vaguely, oh, something's going on up in the east. Find a rock with a face to the east, and like if you just explore around there. Maybe you'll have a perfect idea of what's going on, but maybe you will discover something else on the way as well. As you wander around the map, you'll come up with all of these extra quests as well. So that's what I've kind of done. We started out with a couple of them. I think I've completed one, and we've got a few things. It does things with keywords, which is quite nice. You'll go through this book and have a look through, and it will say, do you have the keyword foam? And if you do, you go to that page. If not, you carry on. It's sometimes a way of just making sure you don't do the same thing again. It's sometimes a way of unlocking things. If you have found a particular thing, you can have a new conversation with someone else. It's a way of going through all the flowcharts of that kind of thing. But it'll be good. I realised I needed something for number 500. But Imperium would have been okay. Hi, Alex, on Twitch. I am multi-streaming, I'm multitasking. I'm on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So I know that you can't see all of that chat, but I'll tell you what's going on. Steve started his campaign but went south. That's what we did in our main playthrough. I think we pretty much, like, looking at our map at the end of the game, because you do get a map to fill in details and keywords and notes and stuff. I think pretty much all of the writing was, you start in the same place, but I think most of our writing was on these bottom things. So, and as I said in the playthrough, I don't remember the ins and outs of absolutely everything anyway. So in solo, you do have to control all of the characters, and yeah, it'll get a little bit unwieldy, because when we played, a 4-player game of it, each player is only controlling 2 people, and they've got their own stats, their own weapons. You can equip cards to these people as well. So yeah, in solo, you're not going to be able to equip all of the people. And in combat anyway, we found in the 4-player game, pretty much each player kind of magically had one person they really liked doing combat with, and one person that was kind of not useless. They've all got a use somewhere, but didn't get used in combat that much. But yeah, you do have to control them all. But there is a different side of the board for 1 to 2 players, which I'm relieved I have put it at. And you get different amounts of command and stuff. So, the first thing I need to do is a ship action. Let's have a look at the ship. So the last thing I did was a deck action. So there's a way of saving the game and coming back to it, writing down a few things to remember where everything was. So I need to take a ship action. I want loads of command, basically. So I could come to, I don't think anything has got command on it for me to go to these places to get command off. That's probably why I came to the deck last time. I don't need anyone, no one's injured, I don't need healing, nobody's even exhausted. So I think I might, I get 1 ability card at any of these places. I probably want to go to somewhere where I can get command tokens off cards later. I'm just going to come to the sick bay, and we're just going to have to skip the heal, basically. I get myself 1 ability card. Let's have a look at that. Adrenaline. So I can equip this to someone for 2 command tokens, of which I've now got 3. It will give them an extra strength when strength is needed, and they will deal +1 damage if this crew member has 3 or more damage. So that would be quite good on Raphael. He is already full up, though. He's already got 2 cards. They could be good to have later, though. I get 3 command tokens and heal someone. Can't heal anyone. Marty Cam. Oh, he's joined us. Hang on. He was all settled in the Marty Cam, and then I had to go downstairs, and if you do anything, Marty will assume that you're feeding him. So it's going to be a blank screen, but don't worry. He's a-coming, I think. Hopefully this is pointing at him vaguely. No? Not going to work? Maybe there isn't a Marty Cam there. Oh, hang on. Let's try that. There he is. A little bit fuzzy for some reason. Well, not Marty. He's fuzzy for an obvious reason. But there we go. He's it's just about cool enough in here for him to crawl out from under a desk. Speaking of cool in here, I'm going to try and cool things down in here. That's I've just turned a fan on. Marty has unquenchable urge to lick himself now. Right. So we'll check in with him periodically. He hasn't really. I don't think he's been on the last week or so streams. Right. So I've done my ship action. Event time. So we might as well stay zoomed in somewhat. So the event, Megalodon, a massive shark tests the ship's hull for weaknesses. I can either steer the ship into the shark. I need to do a Savvy 5 check. If I fail, the ship takes a damage. Or attack the shark, a Strength 6 check. If I fail, we lose 4 health, but I gain a meat. You know what? No one seems to have any... like health damage or anything. I've got a feeling. Did I? Oh, some people should have fatigue. I obviously haven't written things down properly. I've got the playthrough open just here. Let me give some people a fatigue. I thought like, oh, I ended last time with a really, really nice situation here. And I still have. They've only got one. They've only got one on them. Someone's got a low morale. Marco, up there. Hi, Esther. How's it going? Thank you for joining me. You're still here in the first turn. We're just about getting going. So I think Raphael could help us with a strength check here. He could contribute 3 strength just by himself, because he has got 3 strength symbols. No one else has got that. I could pay to give the adrenaline to someone. But I think we've got a lot of things going for us. I'm gonna have Raphael join us, so if he tries to do damage, it'll be 1 less if we have a fight, which I don't think we did in the playthrough. We had like the tutorial fight, and then I don't think I came across any combat the rest of the video. I tried, but you don't know what you're gonna get here. So 3 there, and I need an ability card for the rest of it. Plus 6. I didn't need to contribute anything. So that card's really helped me out. So we've attacked the shark and passed. I gain 1 meat. So that's alright, isn't it? So we've got some nice food going now if we want to get rid of some of this exhaustion. Because we've got a lot strewn about the crew. And we've got some recipes here. Let's actually group the recipes up all nice. So I could. Someone's got a low morale as well, haven't they? But no one's got health damage. It's just grilled fish is nice and cheap. It's 3 different ingredients, but they can be any ingredients to do the soup. But I could. You can do these at any time, and any player can do them in the multiplayer game as well. You can... So I've got veg, I've got meat, 3 fatigue can be healed, and 3 health damage, but we haven't got any, and Marco's low morale can be healed as well. So 3 fatigue. Definitely take 1. I think take a couple off Raphael, because I'm using him all the time. And maybe 1 off Mac, because Mac is very combatty. Yeah, shark burgers all around. A megalodon, though, and I only got 1 meat. It should be like 50 meat. I usually watch later. Oh, I'm glad that I'm streaming a little bit more this week, so you can catch me. Because it was a bit of a lighter stream last week. Maybe we'll alternate like that. Right. So we have ship action, we've evented, and I diverted a little bit with a recipe. It's time for 2 actions. So I'm in this place. That's not the button I wanted to press. I'm in this place. I could move to somewhere and do an action there. Maybe I want to go into the Scholars Camp to see what's going on in the Scholars Camp. But that is a port. And when I go to a port, I lose my Lost Sailor card, which was an event. But while I've got this, I get to redraw Fate, you know, that I just did for the strength check. So if it went wrong, I'd get to redraw it for free. Can't keep that forever, though. Let's, first action, explore. Let's explore R93 and see what's going on. So let's move that out of the way. And I will check in my storybook for R93. And here we go. Switch to the story cam. Oh, beautiful focus story cam. Well, it was trying to focus on the table before, wasn't it? So, a group of people stands amongst the swirling sands. Is that all looking okay? on your screens and stuff. I think that mine is a little bit fuzzy because I'm watching it on a tiny, tiny screen so I can see the chat and all that stuff. A group of people stands among the swirling sands. The crowd, when you look closely, appears to be entirely made of copies of the same man. Each of the figures looks identical. When they speak, it's with a layered voice, all the copies speaking at once. We are the multiplicity, the true. Michael Keaton. Acolytes of Ivhal. Oh, haven't we heard of that? Unlike the Eastern heretics, we seek to emulate Ivhal, him of many forms and one mind, by multiplying our bodies. From the one we become many. What is it you seek? So challenge their claims. Perception 9 check. If we fail, we gain a low morale. And turn to a particular story bit. Otherwise, we don't know what happens. Trade with the multiplicity. Return their lost item. Have I got keyword... I've got keyword bottle. Oh, yes. You can see this. Note in a ship in a bottle. Laurent fished a ship in a bottle out of the ocean. It contained a note instructing the finder to return it to the true acolytes of Ifal, with a warning not to return it to the false acolytes. Okay. So they could be the false acolytes. Do we challenge their... We've got to challenge their claims then, right? So perception 9 check. Who's good at perception? That's the eye, isn't it? I haven't got any... So the captain could do us 2. Let's get the captain involved. That's going to be 2. And then everyone else would just contribute 1 at a time. It's making everyone fatigued, but I think Matt can have one that's 3. Kasumi, 4. Lawrence, 5. We need to... We probably need to go to port and rest after this. So that's that 5. And we can redraw fate a few times. So yeah, we're going to go with 5. So on my fate card, I've got 2. I need 9 though, don't I? Well, let's get Audrey involved as well. What am I thinking? We still fail it. That's a 2. That's everyone I could commit to it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I only need a 3. So I can, for free, the Lost Sailor will let me redraw fate. That's another 2. The gear adventure card, I'm spending a command to do it, but that will let me redraw fate. 4, that's what we need. Okay. So we are challenging their claims. So what is this? I succeeded. Eventually. Turn to R93.1. The trouble is the camera's going to keep going in and out of focus, isn't it? Not much I can do about that, though. I need to turn pages. There we go. So, as you speak to the multiplicity, you carefully examine all of the copies. Some of them don't look quite right. Sometimes you can see a brief shine in the air around them. You pick up a rock and throw it at one of the copies. A mirror shatters. Now you can see that the multiplicity is only one man, creating the illusion of many copies of himself through a series of mirrors. The man curses and calls behind him. Dendra, you might as well come out. There's no denying it now. A woman sheepishly appears from behind one of the mirrors. I operate a crank system that moves the mirrors around, so it's harder to tell they're there, she says. Clearly, I still need to perfect my technique. Can you please not tell anyone about this? We'll pay you. Besides, we'll be able to actually multiply ourselves soon anyway. We have a plan in motion. We're just waiting for a package to arrive. Gain 2 coins and an XP. So 2 coins in my coin stash. I need a pen to mark the XP. So we've got 2 XP sitting around waiting to be spent. Return to the ship. So that was the end of that. They are the false acolytes. I assume then. Right then. So what was there anything I needed to make a note of that? So you can trade with them. I don't think there's any need to go back there and trade with them. I'm going to cross R93 off on the map. Okay, so I've got another action left. What would I like that to be? Shall I make my way to the Scholars Camp? And we'll have an adventure there next time. I could. There's a market here, and I do have some money. Why don't we... I don't know if I ever did a market action in the playthrough. How many? Is it 7 cards I draw? Action. Market. Yes, 7 cards. Let's have a market action. So, when you have a market action, you draw 7 cards from the market deck. And you can buy them if you like. So, I've got 5 money at the moment. I do want to save a bit of money, though. I want to save 4 if I want to go to the inn for everyone. So, maybe this was a waste of an action. Maybe I'm going to see something so incredible, though. And I've got 1 that I'm allowed to spend, haven't I? So, let's see if there's anything really exciting. Can you see all of those things? Just about. Scoundrel's Gear, that's 2 cunning or a shield. Costs 4, though. When you search, ignore damage from 1 token or get a perception. Travel 1. Oh, I wanted to rest, but that just lets you travel. Without needing to spend an action to do it. Eye of Wisdom. Get rid of a... What's that? A Madness. Or 2 Savvy. 3 Shield. Cook a recipe for 1 fewer food. And don't pay the command cost. That's fantastic as well. Oh, I've got an artifact. Artifact is 2 money. And then Meatballs. 4 meat. Heal 4 fatigue and 4 health. Do you know what? I am going to... I'm not going to be going to an inn. I am going to buy the cookbook for 2. Oh, I wanted to ignore the damage as well, though. Spend my artifact, cookbook for 2, and I'm going to spend my 5 money on the Lucran Boiler to be able to travel for a command token. But that does mean, penniless as I now am, I should probably, yes, I probably should have kept the money to rest at an inn. Thanks, Joel. Hi, Joel, by the way. It's, I don't usually wear proper shirts, but these ones are nice and breezy in a roasting hot room. So, do I want to spend my last command token doing a recipe? I probably do. Especially since I can cook one for 1 fewer food. And I don't have to pay the command of the thing itself. So I could just pay 2 grain instead of 3 over here. And remove 3 fatigue. Well, let's remove it from some of the people that have got 2 fatigue right now. Yeah, the inn is best. It's 4 coins. And it's healer fatigue from everyone. But I've been greedy. Right then. So that's 2 actions, isn't it? That was adventure and market. So, new ship action. Oh, and by the way, everyone, especially if you're watching back later, like the video and tell YouTube you'd like to see more of it by watching it and subscribing and stuff. Give us a follow on Twitch if you fancy. I'm on all of the places, and it's all made possible thanks to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/slickerdrips. If you would like to help out there and keep me making these videos, it's the whole reason I'm able to make this one. But my YouTube robot seems broken now, which is a shame. I like that YouTube guy. Yeah, when you give them all their skills, so you can see some of the things I equipped last time. Gain a command when you use the bridge. I had forgotten all about that. Should he have that? He shouldn't have that, should he? Where's that come from? This is one of his level up cards, which he should get later. I think that's been put in the wrong bag. But as an example, yeah, you can see Audrey's got these things here. They just had instant effects. Blah, blah. Raphael's got some cards he can discard to get special effects, which haven't happened yet. The captain's got an extra accuracy all the time. Yeah, especially when you get loads out, it can be hard to keep track. But the game does force you to reset them as well. So you can't have them all the time. Right. So, I think... Oh, we need to pick somewhere else, don't we? So the quarters will get me the most command tokens. So I think I'm going to go for the quarters. That'll get me 3 command tokens, and I can remove 2 from cards or people. So I think the gear and the cookbook. And I get an action card. My hand limit's 3, so got to do something with them at some point. So I could get a cunning on someone. Pray, when you use the quarters, get rid of a low morale. Oh, but going to the bridge would have got me a command token anyway. So going to... if I do that level up for Laurent, which costs 4 XP, which I can't afford. So I think we could still have an adventure at the Scholars Camp. But we need an event first, before I get too excited. Let's clear away these market cards. And let's have a look at what my next event is. A coral nest. A delicate nest of glittering serpent eggs rests below the waves. Steal the eggs for cunning 6 and gain 2 meat. So cunning is the fox, isn't it? If I fail, 2 ship damage. So who can help me out with foxes? I think I would like to succeed at that, but I'm not that invested in it. Kanan up there, he can help me out with 1. The fox is cunning. Kasumi can't help. I don't want the captain to get overwhelmed. So maybe I should commit no one if I'm just committing 1 person. Now let's do it. So the fate card is going to be 5. Boom. That's exactly what I needed. So 2 meat. Brilliant. Find me a meat. There's a lot of grain in that bowl. So that's done with. And I can move on to actions. So I can travel normally for an action. And maybe I want to travel loads of spaces. But I want to go to this Scholars Camp. It's only 1 away. So why not save an action? Because I'm going to have to move again eventually because that's the only place there. So let's Lucre and Boiler, travel 1. I'm going to travel to the Scholars Camp. And for my first action, let's explore the Scholars Camp. So that's going to be R20. Let me find that. R20. Story cam. So the Scholars Camp. Azure blue canvas tents are scattered across the sand as if spilled haphazardly among the stone ruins. The flag of Lucre is perched atop the largest tent, flapping wildly in the strong wind. In the distance is a massive dig site, a square hole cut out of the ground, with stoic workers shuffling around it. Smaller dig sites have been carved out of the ground everywhere, including throughout the camp itself. Wooden supports keep sand from refilling the holes. Do I visit the head archaeologist's tent? And we might get to do more than one of these things. Trade artifacts. Sell exactly 1 artifact for 4 coins. Wish I'd kept that artifact, but I don't actually. I like the cookbook. Or buy exactly 1 artifact for 4 coins. Work in the main dig site. Craft 6. And I go to a new page. Bad things could happen if I fail it. Explore the outskirts, unavailable if keyword archaeologist. I haven't got that keyword. Or leave. I think have a chat to the head archaeologist first up. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. So the head archaeologist, his tent is a deep shade of azure blue covered with an intricate amber pattern. Can I make this bigger on the screen so I can just read it off the screen instead of craning my neck over there? I think surely I can. Modern technology. There we go. The head archaeologist's tent is a deep shade of azure blue covered with an intricate amber pattern. A tall, thin Lucran man steps in front of the tent's door to block you from entering. I'm afraid Professor Mitsk is far too busy to take meetings. I'm his assistant, Sal. He looks you up and down. You must be new around here. Fine, I'll tell you what you need to know. The locals believe this area was cursed by the gods. It's not. But there are a lot of monsters around, so watch yourselves. If you'd like to earn money, you can get a job in the main dig site. Or, if you happen to find any artifacts on your own, we'll buy them off you. Questions? Audrey raises her hand, but Sal ignores her. Good. That is all. Now move along, please. He shoos you away. Rude. So, back to R20. So we can't sell artifacts. We can craft. Audrey's amazing at crafting, isn't she? We can explore the outskirts as well. We could website because Audrey's so good at crafting. Let's do that. So Audrey over here, she's got 3 craft. She is going to be fully fatigued for doing this, but I think that'll be okay. So yeah, that's 3 we're committing already, and I will just draw Fate for the next one. We've still got our redraw Sailor as well. +2 isn't enough, but we can use our Lost Sailor that we've still got. Once per turn we can do this. To redraw Fate, 5 is perfect. So what do we need to do now? R20.7. Where's that? You spend an afternoon carefully digging through sand. The day is almost over when you manage to uncover something. A flurry of archaeologists crowds around you, excited about your find. The dig supervisor claps you on the back when handing over your pay. Excellent work. You've made an important contribution to scholarship today. I've included a little bonus for you as thanks. Gain 3 coins. Well, that's good. That's almost enough to go to an inn with. I wonder if... I suppose I can just keep doing that. But Audrey is exhausted now. I could do a recipe and then try and do that again. But let's try and do other things, perhaps. So shall we try and explore the outskirts? Let's see what that is. Outside of the central campsite, the tents are less grand and more crowded. As you push your way through the crowd, you feel someone grab your arm. Sharp claws prick your skin and a voice says, "Please come with me." You're dragged into one of the ragged tents where your assistant kneels before you. She's... assailant, not assistant. I thought, what assistant? She's willowy and gaunt with dark circles under her eyes and wild black hair falling past her shoulders. But these details barely register compared to the large goat eyes staring up at you and the memory of her claws digging into your skin. You're captain of a ship, yes? My name is Idefri. I'd like to hire you for an expedition. When she speaks, you can see that her mouth is full of sharp teeth. Ask for more details or turn her down. I think more details, please. She doesn't sound like the kind of person you want to turn down. Idefri's face lights up when you ask to hear more. It's well known among Lucran scholars that the central island in this region was most likely the site of the ancient battle between the god Valard and the hero Raltold. A lot can be learned about the battle from simply examining the site, but looking over old records, I have discovered reference to an object, Life's Bell, that would allow us to actually view the events of that fateful day directly, as if we were there ourselves. By cross-referencing ancient maps, I even know where Life's Bell can be found. But no one here believes me. They don't take the application of magic to scholarly studies seriously. Well, and they don't really take me seriously, so no one will support my expedition. But I don't need funds, I just need a ride. Idefri grabs your arm again, looking at you with pleading eyes. If you let me on your boat and accompany me on this expedition, I promise you can have any artifacts we discover along the way. I don't care about material objects, I only want to write a record of that battle in as much detail as possible. Well, yeah, why would we turn her down? Agree to take her on. Thank you. Idefri's wide smile is slightly unnerving with all her sharp teeth bared at you. I promise you this expedition will be a worthwhile endeavour for all of us. Gain adventure card 128 and then quests 191 and 199. So I need to look in my magic card box. And find. So that's adventure 128. There is Idefri and quests 191 and 199. Okie doke. So, our new quests. Our archaeologist, an archaeologist named Adefri, joined our crew, determined to pursue her research despite her colleagues' skepticism. So I think that's not a quest for us to keep doing. That's just a keyword to stop us getting trapped in a loop and doing the same thing over and over again. An expedition's beginning. Adefri asked us to help her find Life's Bell for a research project she's working on. She says it should be near a tall peak of red stone to the southeast of the Scholars' Camp. Okay. Tall peak of red stone to the southeast. So, could be all the way over there. Could be there, I suppose. I wonder if that's more likely to be a tall peak, though. We could make our way over there. Oh, that sounds about right. What do you reckon? Think it's down in that bit? So, return to R20. So we're back at the camp again. And are there more choices we haven't made yet? So I could try and work again. I've got a couple of command tokens. I suppose I'm really running through meat and stuff. But we could do the grilled fish for one fewer food. So we could just do grilled fish with just a meat. And that's 3 fatigue. So let's get Audrey's fatigue off. Another one off the captain. And Audrey's about to get one again. So another one off Audrey. The archaeologist has the wave symbol on. Oh, they've got symbols. I have never even noticed that, Steve. What's the wave symbol mean then? Does that mean it's something to? Oh, that means it's not just a keyword. I've never noticed the whole time we played the 20 odd hours we've been playing this game. Never noticed that some of the cards have got wave symbols on them. I'll keep it out just in case. So I think, shall we work again? So I'm going to fatigue Audrey for 3 tools. I've already used the Lost Sailor, but I do have another thing that could help us work. So let's draw Fate. That's going to be a 2. That's not enough, is it? So we're going to have to redraw Fate and hope against hope. It's another 2. Too greedy. 1 off it. So I've fatigued and bad things happen. 5 health. That's split, isn't it? Among people. Or maybe it's just the person that was doing the check. We'll injure Audrey then. She has 5 health. So now she has none. Turn to R20.2. Being unfamiliar with the work, your crew doesn't give the other workers a wide berth while they're using certain tools. You spend an afternoon carefully digging through sand, but don't find anything significant. The dig supervisor claps you on the back when handing over your pay. Don't worry about it. We learned something important today. There's nothing important in that area. Gain a coin. Okay. Well, I got my 4 coins now. People aren't as fatigued as they were, though. It's like they've been eating really hearty meals. So I think I would like to leave now. So, do we go to port? I can't buy any XP. I've still got recipes that I can do. I'm gonna move for my action. So I'm not gonna commit anyone to this. You need to do like a crafting check. I'm not gonna commit anyone. Let's just see what we draw. Now we get a good number. 4. So I could go 2 spaces. So there's the Scholars' Camp. Really, I'm going to write that I could sell artifacts for 4. But other than that, I don't think there's any other reason to come back here, is there? So I can move 2 spaces. So I do want to get everything in and see all of these little bits. But maybe we should... That's 2 different spaces, isn't it? There's a couple of things to see in this space. Let's go 1, 2. Or maybe we'll explore here before moving down to check this peak out next turn. So that's 2 actions. That's the end of my turn. A new ship action. I'm going to go to the bridge because I get 2 command tokens. Oh yeah, he's not got that skill, has he? I keep forgetting. Just thought, oh, actually, I get 3. No, he hasn't got that skill yet. So I get 2 command tokens and clear all of the command tokens off cards and such. And I get an ability card. Do I want to have committed these to something? No, I'm just going to have to discard. Let's... Bandage. Instant effect. Restore 2 health to this crew member and gives them a savvy. I'm going to discard the 5 because we're about to reshuffle. Gets a higher number back in the deck. Maybe that's something to be thinking about. So that's the ship action. The event is going to be rotten supplies. Oh no. A strange purple mold is spreading fast. Get rid of the rotten food. Lose 2 food and gain a fatigue, or ignore it. Place this card next to the shipboard until you reshuffle the event deck. Every time you cook a recipe... Reshuffle the event deck? Until you make a new one, maybe. Every time you cook a recipe, draw fate. If it's a 1 or a 2, gain a weakened. I suppose we can't get rid of weakens quite so easily. -2 to your skills. We could give that to someone we're not as bothered about. I'm not going to lose the 2 food. We're gonna suffer through rotten supplies, I think. We've still got a fair few cards in this event deck. I wonder if we'll get through the event deck. Maybe not at the rate I'm going. But hey, let's savour it. So I'm in somewhere where I can explore things. What do we think? Up in the creepy north, or on this this central circular island? I don't think I've got any clues or reason to be here, really. I could just skip straight... Or do you think? Creepy hills, circle island, or go and do what you're meant to be doing and have a look at this red peak. I should have gotten more drink. Oh, so that is what those symbols mean, yeah. I don't know how we never realised that. We kept sorting through them to see, like, has this one got some quest on it, or is it just, text that we're going to ignore and stuff? Must have missed that on something. Yeah, there's even a bit, isn't there? There's a bit in the quest cards section. I think there is, like, a reason you're under a time pressure to go and do these things. The event deck is only so big, and you go through it 3 times in a full campaign of it. But I think let's take this in a bit. So I travelled last turn, and I've got 2 actions. So I'm going to check out Creepy Hills. Now I've called them the Creepy Hills. I really want to see what's going on there. So that's going to be, what, R7? Okay, so we go to the storytelling cam. Where's 7? Oh, that's a bit clearer, I think. A bustling marketplace stands at the edge of grand ruins. The stalls look temporary, loosely constructed out of driftwood and pieces of stone recovered from the ruins. You can see no houses or even tents nearby. Clearly, no one stays here for long. A woman with a crooked smile rushes up to you. Welcome to the blind market. We trade artifact for artifact. Ugh. Without those stuffy scholars and their academic ethics to get in the way. Today's featured item is a tablet containing a lost fragment of the famous epic poem, the Raltadena. It's going for a great 2-for-1 deal. Any 2 of your artifacts for the 1 fragment. At that great price, you're practically stealing from me. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can trade 1 artifact for a random item from our stock. What'll it be? And remember, no names, no paperwork. The woman winks. Privacy is our watchword here at the blind market. I can't do either of those things. Got rid of all... Well, I only had 1 artifact, but got rid of it for a cookbook. The cookbook's been useful, though. So I think that's just a dud. I'm in this space. Let's go to 94. Let's just keep flipping backwards and forwards through this entire book. Okay. Half of the small island is covered by a massive archaeological dig site. Old rope ladders lead deep into the earth. The place seems largely abandoned. A sign near the dock reads, "Site closed due to lack of funds. Please return any artifacts you find to the Scholars Camp. Together we can discover the past." Ooh. So, we can dig near the surface or deep down. I want to dig deep down. Who's good at crafting, though? Hardly anyone. I can equip someone with some crafting, but that would mean I could only redraw fate once. Because I've only got 2 command tokens. So what's... That would be 3. Captain's got 1 of everything. That would be 4. Raphael, 5. Am I okay with 5? Let's do Lawrence, 6. I think that's all I can get anyway. So I've got 6 to do this check with. There better be something amazing under here. 2 isn't enough, but I can redraw for free with the Lost Sailor. 3 is enough. Okay then, so turn to 94.2. As you dig, you break through into a small chamber with, oh dear, with constructed stone walls. It's clearly the remains of an ancient building. You take turns lowering yourselves into the chamber. Raphael, one of the first ones down, strikes a match to get a better look at the surroundings. Hey, Captain, I don't think we're alone in here. Oh dear. Combat. 15, 17, 18, 87. So I think we will put this combat out here. So 15, 18, 17, and 87. Well, let's see how this goes. So shuffle them up. Desperately trying to zoom in on them flecks of dust. Shuffle them up to see where they're standing, and let's see what we're dealing with here. A flying eye, a skeletal hunter, a masked ghoul, and a skeletal warrior. Skeletal warrior. Okay. So we're going to have to hit these people, aren't we? So characters. Mac is great at accuracy. Only does 2 damage. But I think that could be a decent thing to do. The captain has got only 2 accuracy, but does loads of damage. Let's let Mac hit first. So she's got 4 accuracy. Who's she going to attack? She only hits for 2 damage. I think she will try and hit the skeletal haunter over here. She only needs 5 then, doesn't she? Yeah, she'll try and hit the skeletal haunter for 5. So she's got 4. I think she just gets it, doesn't she? It's always going to be a 1. So she hits for 2 damage. So if you remember from the playthrough, you get 2 damage tokens now, and you have to put them adjacent to each other somewhere on the skeletal haunter. Or you can spread across different cards as long as 50% of the damage is on the person you actually attacked. So Mac could hit the arms to get hit back less, and then hit the body of the flying eye, so it's not flying anymore, because if it's flying, it's 1 more to hit, unless you're hitting with a ranged weapon. Or she could just take the 3 damage, and take out just the body. She could just do the legs, and a leg of the masked ghoul, which is harder to hit. Maybe that's something to do. Because that's a synergy token as well. Yeah, she'll hit there. So she's taking 2 plus 1 damage back. So she needs to take 3 damage. But she hit a synergy, so who does she want to help hit things? I think she'll give that to the captain. So the captain's got 3 accuracy. The captain's got 4 damage, so who would it be good for her to attack? With 4 damage, she can't quite kill the masked ghoul with that, and the masked ghoul's a bit scary to be hitting. She is ranged as well, so she could just attack the flying eye. She would kill the flying eye if she hits it. Yeah, she's got... Oh yeah, the combat tokens. Thanks, Steve. She only got 4 actions in a round. So Mac's gone. Who else would be good at hitting? So I gave the captain that token. Yeah, she could kill the flying eye with 4 damage. And it doesn't get harder for her because she's got a ranged rifle. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So she would absolutely hit the flying eye as well. Then who's going to be hitting the masked ghoul? Let's go for it. So she's going to hit the flying eye. So she needs 5, which she gets, doesn't she? She just needs 1. So she spent max synergy token. That's going to be 4 damage on the eye. So it could be 2 damage on here and 2 on the skeletal haunter, but that doesn't really work out. Whereas she could just go 2, 3, 4, and that would kill it. It wouldn't get to retaliate. So that's what she'll do. The flying eye is defeated. That's 2 of our attacks. Number 3. Let's see. Raphael is decent to hit. Oh, she can pass her synergy token along. What does Raphael hit for? Just 2. Someone that can attack diagonally. I think maybe Raphael. I don't think anyone's going to be using that though. Raphael is going to attack. He's got 2 damage. Yeah, he's going to attack the skeletal hammer with 3 accuracy. So he needs 5. Plus 4 is fine by me. So Raphael does 2 damage. But if he was to discard one of his cards here, so he loses it, loses one of his strength here, I think he's going to lose Power Strike, because if he ever misses and just deals 1 damage, there's a risk he would lose this card anyway. So he's going to do that because he can discard strength cards to do an extra damage. So he does 3 damage instead. 2, 3, dead, which can be a synergy token. His synergy token is give the character 2 shield. So Raphael's been... Who is going to go last here? Let's see. The Skeletal Warrior is easy to hit. You would need 4 damage, I think, to actually damage it, which nobody has. I think he'll give it to Mac. Because Mac is going to attack at some point. Probably going to attack the Masked Ghoul. Probably going to get really hurt doing it. Let's see. Who should be the 4th one attacking? Who's got the best accuracy? We want someone who can do like 2 damage. It's all just 2, isn't it? The Masked Ghoul is really going to hit hard. It's going to hit for 8 damage right now, and he's going to give someone madness. When they do a challenge, they lose a health. The captain could kill it 4-5 damage. It's just getting that 7 accuracy. There's no chance. So Raphael will... we could be giving away different synergy tokens though if someone else attacked. Ooh, let's have Gregory attack. Gregory's got 2 accuracy. He's going to attack the skeletal warrior, so he needs 5. So he needs a 3 on the card. 3, brilliant. He hits for 2 damage with his knife. And he's just going to hit the skull. So he's going to take 2 damage in retaliation. But he can give his synergy token now. He's going to give it to Mac. Mac's going to attack and probably die next turn. If somebody dies, they come back with 2 health straight away, which is going to be useful right now, I think. Okay, so unfortunately that means Raphael should probably have given his 2 shield to, like, Gregory, but he didn't. So it's the end of the combat round. Unfortunately, this means that we need 2. Somebody needs to take weakness. Oh, madness. I think... Sorry, Marco. You aren't really participating in many things. Marco's going to take some madness. And he's got full health. And then we need to find 8. 10 damage needs to go out to people. Raphael is very tanky. Can we give like 2 to each? Because if we go to a port soon, then we could heal them all up that way. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Maybe keep it off the captain. Yeah, I think that's okay. So that's the combat round finished. We get the combat tokens back again. And Mac's going to attack again with a 4 accuracy. She'll attack the masked ghoul. So she needs 3 on an ability card to hit that. Gets 1. Have I already used the Lost Sailor this turn? I think I did. I think I used it on something else. So I'm going to have to use a combat token to have... Let's use gear to redraw an ability card. So what do I need? 3. 4 will do me fine. So Mac does 2 damage. Do you know what? She's going to lose her savvy to do 3 damage. Because she is going to get rid of some of this retaliation for other people fighting it. 1, 2, and then this damage in the corner here. 5 damage still left to do. It means he retaliates for 3, which isn't too bad. Makes me think maybe she should have done, you know, just the 3 up there. But it's going to probably take us 2 more hits to attack this thing. So she's not going to shield any of that. She hasn't got a shield unless she uses Mac's token. So she's going to go down to 0 health, but thanks to Gregory's token, she comes back with 2 health. Hi, Silver Medal Tavern. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the camera setup. It took a lot of fiddling about, but I like how you can see stuff now. And thank you for tuning in. Right, so that is 1 person, isn't it? Who is Mac giving a synergy token to? The captain? If only the captain could attack diagonally. So that's what a synergy token does when she gives that away to people. We want someone who can do 3 and 2. So any 1 damage is going to kill the skeleton. No one can do that much damage in the funny positions that it's in. So I think we want to give the Synergy token to people with half decent attack anyway. Like, Kasumi would get -1 on attack. Gregory wouldn't. Yeah, Gregory. Never been used so much in combat. Come on, Greg. He's going to attack. The Masked Ghoul. So he's got 4 accuracy. He needs 7. 6 is fine. So he does his 2 damage, which can be just on there. Masked Ghoul retaliates for 3. Running out of health tokens. 1, 2, 3. He's got 6 health though, so he's okay. And then, so 3 more damage. Kasumi could attack the skeleton and give her +1 damage to someone. Yeah. Kasumi, attack the skeleton. So she's got 2 accuracy. She needs 5, which is going to be, 2 + 3. That equals 5 as far as I'm concerned. So the skeleton warrior is no more. And then Kasumi can give her Synergy token to someone else. She will give it to Mac. You can have people attack up to twice per round, but you've only got 4 combat tokens to give to, to sort between 9 people. Because Mac can then attack for 3 damage, as long as she hits. And we've got a command token to help her out. So she's got 4 accuracy. She needs 7 to hit the Masked Ghoul. She gets 3. Perfect. She will spend the Synergy token so that she does 2 + 1, 3 damage. And that means the Masked Ghoul does not do any more damage. We have won the combat. There we go. I'm sure a round of applause inaudible to me is surely occurring across the world. Okay, where was that? Combat. Turn 2, R94.3. With the skeletons dead once again, you're free to search the chamber for anything valuable. So, 6 coins, which I'm going to need to heal everyone back up. Materials. The boat hasn't really taken much damage, has it? Materials. An artifact. And 3 XP. Ooh. Yeah, that's another advantage of going back to port. We could level people up. Return to the ship. So I don't think there's any need to come back to R94. That's 3 XP. Let me put that on the thing. Okay, we've got 5 XP. What was R7 as well? Was there any reason to go back to R7? Maybe I should have crossed that out. Okay, that's 2 things, isn't it? I went to 94 and 7 this turn, so that's time to end the turn. And we need to do a new thing. In the ship action, there are a lot of injured people. But yeah, the sick bay is just like 1 health, isn't it? I don't think there's really need to go to the quarters, though, to get tokens back. We could get some resources from the sick bay, maybe. Oh, it was swapping artifacts, wasn't it? Can you find artifacts in the search deck? Have I found artifacts? I bet you can't, or there's just 1 thing that lets you. Because I'm just thinking, if we got 2 artifacts, we could go back to that place. That's what we want there, isn't it? I've remembered what happened there. We want 2 artifacts. Right then. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Board Game Trucker. It finally worked out. So. Oh yeah, where do I want to go? I really want to just search for an artifact, but I can't remember if there's one in that search deck even. I'm going to go to the sick bay. Get 3 command tokens. And it's just heal 1 health, isn't it? Yes. Oh, do I want to put a card on anyone? Oh yeah, World Wisdom I was keeping because you can discard it to skip an event card. Heal a health off someone. We'll heal a health off Audrey because she's got no health. So she couldn't take part in things, even though she is completely fatigued. Oh, there's no artifacts on the search tokens. Thanks, Steve. I'm glad I didn't give it a go. This would restore 2 health to, say, Mac, but she's getting healed for a lot anyway soon. You know what? I'm going to spend 2. Let's put Adrenaline on Gregory. If we keep 3 damage on him, he's going to do an extra damage. He's going to do 3 damage. Because then I don't have to discard another one of these cards. And I can be discarding these for checks as well. Full steam. Discard this equipped card to travel 2 distance. That's decent. So, I should probably get shuffling this deck in the background because we're going to be needing it soon enough, I think. Finally gone through it all. So, it's event time, isn't it? Nesting Monster. A dangerous, tentacled beast has made the galley its nest and started laying eggs. Ongoing, each time you use the galley, gain a venom. For an action, you can perform a Strength 7 challenge. If you succeed, discard this card and gain a meat. Okay, then. So I feel like we want to try and make it back to the Scholar's Camp and do a port action. Unfortunately, lose the Lost Sailor. But he's been with us a long, long time now. Probably keen to get away. So am I going to commit anyone to the travel action? I don't think so. I don't think I can. I could commit the captain. Out of everyone here, everyone's pretty fatigued right now, apart from Gregory, but he hasn't got any crafting stuff, tools. So let's just do a move, and if it's not enough, I'll spend a command token to get there. 2 is just 1 space, so my first action is going to be to travel just over here, get me anything. Command token to travel 1 onto the Scholar's Camp. Second action is going to be to port. So, do all of these things at the port. Definitely spend 4 money for everybody to heal 1 fatigue and 2 health. So, 1 fatigue. So that's 9 fatigue healed there. And loads of health. Keep Gregory a bit damaged. Then we can... The ship's taken no damage. I can pay a coin to restore all health of people. Yeah, I've got 6 coins. I'm going to spend... Mind you, the recipes heal health as well. That I'm always wasting. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do any more of that. But spend XP. So shall we have a look? I've got 5 XP between everyone. Let's have a look at some cards that cost 5. So, max things. We can wait for them, of course. So, Audrey. And this is, by the way, another skill. It's an attribute. So, she would be better at perception checks permanently. When she hits an enemy, she may make it swap positions with an adjacent enemy. Her crew board ability gives 2 shield instead of just 1. Oh, they're nice. Marco, what can you do? Inventive Chef. When any player cooks a recipe, they can substitute 1 ingredient for another. Hope. Remove a morale from a crew member when you use the deck. Baker. Whenever a player cooks a recipe, restore an extra health. If that had been fatigue, I would have gone straight for it. Although we don't know, there might be a ton of combat coming up. The captains are expensive, but we could afford endurance. She can have 3 fatigue tokens instead of 2. There is no negative effect of the 3rd token. Another one for Audrey. Jury-rigged engine. If you use her to travel, add 2 to fate. If the total is 9 or more, ignore hazards. They're usually a bit of a pain. Kasumi could counter. If she misses, you normally do 1 damage. She would do 2. Raphael could do some brawling. When he draws 5 or more fate in an attack, deal an extra damage and gain a block. Or he can take a damage to give another crew member a shield. Gregory, restore a health to another person when anyone uses the sick bay. Or, what I like the sound of, Lawrence, the old sailor here, gain a command when you use the bridge. You may draw an extra search token when you use the deck. Ignore the damage on the token. When you use his crewboard ability, draw fate. To get a meat. If 1 to 3, draw an extra meat. You know what? I think I'm going to spend 4 to get Old Sailor on the Old Sailor. Because I like using the bridge anyway. And it would get 3 command instead of just 2. So he's going to get that. It doesn't take up one of his spaces. It's just kind of extra. To bear in mind that he's got that. And I will mark down that I've just got 1 XP now. Anything else going on at the port? I don't think so. I think that's a turn. I think it was necessary, though. Everyone was pretty raggedy there. If I'm going to go to the bridge, maybe we should do a recipe so I can clear some stuff off in a bit. Because I can do grilled fish, can't I, for free? Not for free, but for a meat instead of 2 things. So I get a discount from the recipe book. So that's 3 fatigue. Oh, we do have to do rotten supplies, though, don't we? Is the fate 1 or 2? No, it's 3, so no one gains weakened. 3 fatigue. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 health. 1, 2, 3. So everyone, apart from Gregory, and we want that 3 damage on him, free of fatigue, free from damage. I think that's a pretty decent turn. I'm going to go to the bridge. I'm going to get 3 command because that's what his ability lets me do. And I clear off all of the cards and people. Event time. Let's go in. The Sea Serpent. So we're into the nasty events now. From strange depths, a scaly creature bursts from the water. At the end of your... So this is ongoing. At the end of your turn, draw fate 4. If you fail, a ship damage. For an action, you can do a strength 7 challenge to discard this card. Okay. So actions. I think let's get Audrey involved. She's got 3 tokens already to do a big travel. And no one else. 3 plus 2 gives me 5, which is 2 spaces. But we can do 1, 2, and then spend a command to do the 3rd space. So 1 action, travelling. There is a market down here. But shall we explore these peaks? I do like having Idefri here for her 2 savvy. We don't have any savvy checks, unfortunately. But yes, there's 64 here. There's 12 and there's a market. I think let's have a look on 12, see if this is the red peak that it was talking about. So, find 12. Oh, it's a little one. A tall peak of red stone, that's what I was after, rises out of the water, its surface sheer except for irregular cracks and crags where countless seabirds have built their nests. The birds fill the air with a din of movement and sound. Gather seabird eggs for strength 6. And Raphael could lose 4 health doing this. Or search for life's bell. Or sail on. Well, I've got keyword history. So let's search for life's bell. 52.1. Okay. That's so white. Idefri excitedly points to the very top of the rocky peak. There, life's bell. Straining your vision, you can just see a golden glint at the top of the red rock spire. Straining your ears, you can just hear a faint ringing beyond the squawking of the seabirds. Do we climb straight up past the birds for strength 10? Or distract them first for perception 8 and a meet? Strength. Who's good at strength? Raphael contributes 2. Oh. Gregory contributes another 2. So we've got 4. I think Kanan could do 1. Marco's got a... Yeah, Marco's going to contribute as well. He's going to take a damage for doing so. So, what's that? 2, 4, 6 I've got right there. We've been to the port, so I shouldn't have this Lost Sailor anymore. We only need a 4 from the Fate deck, don't we? I'm going to do the Captain as well. That's everyone I can contribute. Oh, I can contribute Lawrence as well. Let's do it. Let's do him. So what's that? 4, 6, 7. Come on, we can do this. 7 plus 6. Barely needed to contribute anything. Okay. So we succeed. So 52.2. The climb is rough, but as you rise higher, you can hear the ringing of the bell more clearly. Your fingers are scraped and stinging from scrabbling at the stone, and your muscles are sore from pulling you up. But as the sounding of the bell resonates through you, all that pain and discomfort melts away. By the time you reach the top, you feel completely refreshed. The golden bell is hanging from a wrought iron stand. The howling wind this high above the sea is causing it to ring repeatedly. Taking the bell from its stand, you begin the climb back down. When Idefri sees you, she claps her hands. Excellent! Now we can head to the central island and become witnesses to history. When everyone is back on the ship... Uh-oh. Idefri pulls you aside. I feel I should explain more of my plan. I'll be using Life's Bell to summon the Shades of History so we can watch them reenact the true events as told in the Raltadena. I'm one of the foremost experts on the Raltadena, but there are many pieces of the poem missing, so I don't know entirely what to expect. All the known fragments were found in this region, so it might be worth searching for more fragments before we begin. We'll only be able to summon the Shades of History once, so it would be good to be prepared. So we know that someone is selling a shard for 2 artifacts, which I don't have. Restore 3 health. Oh, sorry, Gregory. You're going to be at full health. Gain 2 coins. 2 XP. And adventure card 131, Life's Bell. Let me find that out. Adventure card 131, Life's Bell. Here it is, a command token to heal. Not too shabby. And then we need... in the used quests... where were they? Complete quest 191. Gain quest 192. So I need my special box again. 192. An expedition's end. Idefri instructed us to bring Life's Bell to the ruins on the large central island, but also warned us we should fully explore the surrounding region first. Well, this sounds big. Oh, I hope are we gonna get to this? Right. So I think that was 2 actions, wasn't it? Getting here and then exploring. So new turn, new ship action. Well, people are a bit fatigued. I've got loads of cards. Maybe I should come to the galley. I only get 2 command, but I can discard, say, full steam to heal a fatigue off someone. Heal it off Audrey. Especially if we want to be travelling around. And I get an ability card. Pray, when you use the quarters, lose a low morale. The event. Fungus treasure. You encounter a derelict ship covered in fungus. Explore the ship. Draw fate. We might gain venom. We might gain 3 coins. Or avoid the ship and its fungus. Savvy 9. Savvy 9's next to impossible, isn't it? I'm going to draw fate. Hopefully it's 4 to 6. 5. Boom. Gain 3 coins. So I'm saying these big ones are 5s, by the way. I assume they're meant to be. Okay then, so we are right next to R64. Let's see what's going on there. I wonder if there's a piece of this poem there. Let me find... A pair of wild canines with spotted fur the colour of a sandstorm sit atop a broken stone slab half buried in the sand. Their faces are flat like a human's, and each of them wears a mask. One depicts an exaggerated frown, the other a grotesque smile. We are the crying death and the laughing death, says the beast with the frown, his voice like the low rumble of an earthquake. You must attempt to impress one of us if you want even a chance to escape. My brother is fond of poetry, and I like jokes, says the laughing death, his voice the bright crash of lightning. Audrey asks nervously, why don't we just leave quiet? Hello, was there a bit of a malfunction there? I noticed it said reconnecting there. Am I still up? I think I am. I think I'm back. I think there was a brief hiatus. Maybe there wasn't for you. I don't know. So Audrey says, why don't we leave quietly? No, you must choose one of us. Crying or laughing, that's your choice, but it's death either way. There's no avoiding that, not forever. A shrill barking laugh echoes through the ruins. So we can... Ooh. Recite poetry for the crying death. That is a savvy 12 check. Tell a joke to the laughing death. Cunning 12 check. Or draw your weapons. We don't want to run away, do we? That's not an option. So looking at the checks, we can get 2 savvy right here. But if we exhaust everyone else, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can get 8. Do I have a savvy card that I could discard? I do. We could get 9 that way, but that's fatiguing loads of people. Cunning is even harder, because we've got a card that just gives me 1. What do you reckon? One of these checks? Or do you think that we've got it in us to fight? So, I think the fight we just had was a level 15. And this is level 16. What do you think? Can we do it? So, is it blurry? Oh, reloading cleared it up. That's good. Maybe it's something to do with it going offline for a second and stuff. I don't know what happened. I just noticed that instead of a thing saying how long I'd been live for, it suddenly just said reconnecting. It's Virgin Media wondering why so much bandwidth is constantly coming from this house. Do you think we can fight them? They're tough checks that we might lose anyway. I can, of course, I can equip these cards to people as well. And then try the checks. Combat? It's got to be done, hasn't it? 81, 82. So we are against... This is, by the way, all stuff from the Tides of Ruin expansion. Not on purpose. I should be shuffling them up, shouldn't I? Not because I desperately wanted to show you stuff from the expansion. It's just where I've ended up, and I thought it would be cool to show that off at the end of the video. But now it seems like we want to stay on this page and explore it all. There is there's a Dungeons kind of mini expansion as well that has got some things on it Like, there's a checklist of things to get, and some stuff is from that Dungeons expansion, which unfortunately I don't have. And yeah, hopefully everything will be available at some point. I've never seen an opportunity for me to be able to buy that. There wasn't the Kickstarter, of course, but I couldn't back it then. So we are against the Crying and the Laughing Death. Both pretty tough customers. Okay, so a lot of low morale coming in at the end of the round there. Low morale is the thing we're better at getting rid of, though, isn't it? Straight away. Right, so let's get these combat tokens back. Mac going in on the attack. 4 accuracy on the Laughing Death. How much damage can she do? She can only do 2. But that'll be okay. So she needs... Oh, Laughing Death's the harder one to hit. Yeah, she needs a 3. Oh, you can't see this. My hand isn't in the right place. She gets a 3. So that's only 2 damage. But she can pass on her... Yeah, everyone's synergy tokens come back to them at the end of combat. Oh, thanks, Steve. So... Yeah, she will do the biggest retaliation, I think. And she'll get to give out a synergy token again. Yeah, gets rid of some retaliation, does some damage, gets a synergy token. That's pretty good go, I think. So... she's going to give accuracy out. Who's going to get the accuracy? I always say the captain just because the captain can do 4 damage. Have I got a perception card? No. I suppose I could have equipped her with a savvy card and then gotten rid of it for it to do another damage, but I think that's decent. Give it to the captain. Captain will attack. So she's got 4 accuracy herself. Who shall she attack? With 4 damage, she could do... Oh, she needs to take 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which is... Yikes. That's max roll in this done. We could heal her. We could make a nice little soup for her. 4 damage. Do that, and maybe we could do some splits next time to start working on the Crying Death. Or she could do 5 damage and do quite nice stuff to the Crying Death there. I think, no, she'll attack the Laughing Death. So she needs a 3 as well. 5 is fine. So she's got 4 damage, or 5 if she wants to discard her ability card. I think 4 is going to be okay. So she's going to take 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Mac gets her accuracy back. She's not covered up a synergy doing that, though. So she can't pass that on to anyone, which is a shame. It's nice to be able to attack diagonally. So I think let's have... See, Raphael just does 2 damage. But he's okay on the old accuracy. We want Gregory to get hit a bit, so he does more damage. Gregory is going to... You can't see him. He's going to attack the Crying Death. So he's only got 2 accuracy. Crying Death needs 6. Okay, I was kind of hoping he'd miss. But 2 damage is decent, isn't it? He could even just do there and there. And then maybe splash damage could kill the Laughing Death later. So he's going to take... Oh, that's so much retaliation, though. Too much retaliation, Gregory. 4, 5, 6, 7. And he's got no shield. Or Raphael could discard his Iron Will to give Gregory 3 shield. Gregory hasn't covered up a synergy token either. No, we'll just have him take the damage. Will we? Can we get shield from any... Oh, we can get shield from somebody's ability, can't we? Why don't we do that? It's just 1, though. Okay, it's the last person that I can pick. We want to definitely finish off the Laughing Death. He's only got 1 health left. But he'd only retaliate for 2. But he'd only hit for 3. But he'd do these weaknesses as well. If someone with 4 damage attacks, they could attack the Crying Death and then the Laughing Death, but then... No, that's no good, because they'd take the retaliation from the Crying Death and probably die. Oh, someone has to take the 1 extra damage. Well, sorry, Marco. So... Raphael's got full health. He only does 2 damage, though. He could do 3. Ooh, okay. He's going to attack the Crying Death. So he's got 3 accuracy. He needs 3 more to be able to attack the Crying Death. 4 is fine. He's got 2 damage. For 2 command, he can do 3 damage. Then is this wasteful? Get rid of his card. For 4 damage. Because then he can go... If I can find the tokens... 2, 3, 4, and then that's dead. But then that does make it a bit awkward. For attacking this later. Maybe just leave that alive for now. But if we leave it alive, we've got to take 2 weakness as well. No, I think that's okay. Dead. So the end of the round, we got to take 2 low morale. Which is if you want to participate in a challenge, you need to pay a command. Oh, no. See the table. Kanan and Marco. Sorry, guys. I know you're up in the corner there, suffering. And then we've got to distribute... Oh. Raphael should have taken 6 damage back. Because the Crying Death's still alive. And then we've got to do another 6 now. So let's try and do 2 to everyone again. For when we heal. Right then. I think it's time. Nobody is going to be able to kill this thing with one hit. It's going to have to be two people. So someone that can take some damage is going to be key here. We only need someone to do 1 damage there and get rid of some of the retaliate. And then someone that can do 3 damage can step in afterwards. Kasumi. She's got 2 accuracy. She needs 6. Can she do it? She can get another accuracy there. 5. Yes, she can. She does her 3 damage. Yeah, I'm supposed to be using the 5 tokens here for our damage since we've got so much. 3 damage, which she could just do on that, and then anyone could attack the legs. Yeah. Oh, it does mean she would take 6 damage back. This is just 4 damage. Okay, there's just going to be a lot of damage going around here. I need to find the 5s. Well, I'm surely not going to need the 5 damage tokens. So there's 3 damage. 4, 5, 6 retaliation. And then Mac is injured, so Raphael with his 3 accuracy will come in. 6, yep, that's plenty to do the last damage. And the crying death is taken out as well. And we didn't take that much damage, did we? Yeah, got pretty beaten up. But what happens? Turn to 64.5. Defeated, the deaths slowly crumble into sand and are blown away by the wind. You search the area for anything valuable and find an unlocked chest underneath the broken slab of stone. You take what you can from it and leave. And as you leave, you swear you can hear the echoing of soft weeping and roaring laughter. Take 2 coins we're going to need for healing. 3 XP, which is good because we are headed to a port next time, I think. And adventure card 117 and quest 198. Adventure card 117. This is, I believe, our first one. This is what you're after. Totems. Draw the top 6 ability cards, discard 2 of them, shuffle the rest, and put them on the top of the deck. Oh, so, like, make your chances better of what's coming up in the deck there. And quest 198. Ancient Guardians defeated. We came across the Laughing Death and the Crying Death and managed to defeat them in battle. So, that is going to be... What time is it? Time for a little bit more. I think, though, that is kind of the big cliffhanger of everything. So we can't... I imagine we can't come back here. I'm going to cross 64 off my map. How many actions was that? Was that one? That was 1 action, wasn't it? So we've got to start moving back, I think. I'm going to exhaust Audrey. 3 plus 3 is 6, which is 2 spaces. We've already travelled 1. If we want to risk it, we could not go straight back to port. We could just go 1, 2. But if there's combat, we're in some real trouble. Next turn. I think, first up, let's get a discounted recipe, grilled fish with just a vegetable. What? And... we can heal 3 fatigue. 1, 2, 3 fatigue, 3 health. Let's bring Mac back, and Gregory, and Kasumi. And get rid of a low morale. Do I want to use this one for anything? No, I think I'll save it. So I will go to the sick bay. 3 tokens. Do I want to put this under any of these under anyone? We could. It saves a 1 as well. Let's put a bandage under Mac, and it restores 2 health, because she can use that to attack with. Then 1 ability card, defend. Give this to another crew member for 2 shield, and it's cunning. Yeah, the combat is really cool. It's a really unique little spatial puzzle of how to place all that damage out. The fact that you can splash damage to another card as well, especially splash damage to an enemy that's really difficult to hit, or is going to retaliate for far too much. Brilliant. So that's that event. Hunting Serpent. A sea serpent follows the ship. When revealed, place the sea serpent token on the region where the ship is located. At the end of the turn, the sea serpent token moves 2 distance towards the ship. If the ship is in the same region, draw fate. If 1 to 3, take 2 ship damage. Perform a strength 7 check when on the same region. If you succeed, discard the token. So we've got a lot of bad things happening. Oh yes, I need to draw fate when I cook. We got a 6, so we're safe. 1 or 2 is someone gets awakened. So I think I do want to go to the Scholars Camp, but I don't want to miss the opportunity of doing a... Well, I should have got tokens back, so I could have... Did I heal someone with the sick bay? Did I heal anyone with the sick bay? Do you remember? Because I think I'm just going to take it back. I need to put a damage on someone if I did, because I still get 3 here and a card, so that's all the same. But I get to take all these off, so I could use the travel if I need to, because I can encounter, travel to the Scholars Camp, port, all in this turn. So let's have a look at R16. So I think, did I cross off? Yeah, I crossed off R64. There's no going back there. Someone has killed Laughter and Sorrow. Yeah, I can't remember if I did or not. It's only 1 health, and we are going to port to heal a load of people in a bit. So I'll probably pay to heal most of us anyway. I have switched angles too soon, and you're going to have to put up with the blinding light. There it is. R16. Oh yeah, I was wondering if we'd been to this one before. I think something else said this, didn't it? A large dig site sits abandoned. A wooden sign near the dock reads, "Site closed due to unforeseen dangers. We woke something up." Okay, I'm scared. It looks... let the past sleep, and together we can live for the future. It looks as though people left in a hurry. The dock is scattered with broken cargo boxes, and many tents are still set up between the dock and the dig site. Investigate the dig site. Unavailable if keyword behemoth. Or search the boxes for supplies. I don't think we're in any fit state to have some combat. I think I'm going to search the boxes for supplies, I'm going to succeed, and then we're going to go and port. And then remember... I'm going to write big fight on R16. Maybe we'll come back here next turn and do it. So do the supplies. Perception check for 5. Who's good at perception? We might as well fatigue some people because they're going to get their fatigue taken off them. So there's 2 perception. 3 perception, 4 perception. That's all we need to commit, really, because we will definitely succeed. Hi, Monica. Thanks for joining. We're running scared from a fight, I think. We have just... Look at the state of everyone, though. We've just been in the wars. So, R56.1. Much of what was left behind is broken, rotted, or was never useful in the first place, but you managed to gather a few things to bring back to the Manticore, gain 2 materials, and return to the ship. Oh well. Could be worse. I feel like I've got a kind of monopoly on all these materials here. Does anyone want to buy some materials? Then I'm going to command to travel 1 without an action. The serpent's probably going to catch up with us. But now I'm going to port. So, got loads of money. Definitely spend 4 to heal a fatigue off everyone and 2 health off everyone. So, a fatigue and 2 health. So much healing. Then, I'm kind of okay with Gregory having these, because he does an extra damage like that. I might pay another one for Raphael to be healed. But I think I'm okay with the others. We'll probably do recipes that will heal them some stuff. Shipyard. I've got no ship damage still. Healer, done that. Spend XP. So I have, again, 6 XP. Okay. Did anything stand out last time as something I wanted to get? Max are great. Gives us some extra stats, but her best ones cost 7. Plus 1 accuracy and a shield with her already amazing weapon. She'd have 5 base accuracy. So maybe that's assigned to, you know, weight and gain some more XP. But who knows when we're next coming back to port, and we'll probably have enough XP to do something else there. Oh, Kanan can place damage diagonally from his pistol. He does 3 damage. Kasumi can have 3 ability cards equipped. Raphael does attack a lot. If he draws 5 or more fate, deal a damage and gain a block. I like the sound of that. When he places splash damage, only 1 of the damage needs to be placed on the target enemy. Gain 2 command at the start of combat. I'm leaning towards that. Anything that gets us more command seems so good. The first thing that we did, I believe the first thing we leveled up in our game was the same as you, Steve. The captain can have 3 fatigue tokens, and we did use it all the time. But we did get, I don't know if it was this or something similar to this cookbook, we got it quite near the end, I think, of our game, and we're using it non-stop. I've got some decent recipes, and yeah, I've got this cookbook as well that makes this grilled fish just for 1. I've only got 1 meat left. I have been doing it a lot, but still, that's very cheap, isn't it? So I'm going to spend all the XP, and that makes combat a lot more palatable, because even if you've spent your command token on other stuff because you weren't expecting combat, you get 2 of it at the start of combat, and you don't even have to spend it in that combat. You can save it, because command is fantastic to have. So everyone's still fairly injured. That's all the leveling up because I've spent all of the XP, I think. What is the status? I don't think there's any update on the video in a min. It would be good to end on some combat, wouldn't it? Maybe. Yeah. We should do one more turn, I think. One big more turn. I'm supposed to be ready for something at 5 o'clock. but I'm excited about what this behemoth could be. I think then we should finish this turn with another recipe for that meat, but no one's got any fatigue. Yeah, we just won't worry about the health. Right. Yes. New turn. So I need to go somewhere else. The sick bay can heal people, can't it? And then travel... Oh, but travel 1 will be covered up. But that'll be okay. Oh, the thing needs to chase me, doesn't it? At the end of the turn, he moves 2 spaces towards me. If he's in the same space, draw Fate. If 1 to 3, which it is, take 2 ship damage. There's a ship damage in 1 and 4. If you get 2 ship damage in these places, then you can't go there. And too much ship damage and the ship will sink. Got loads of materials though, if only they'd damaged the ship before I'd been to the port. So let's heal the captain for 1. Do I want to give a token to someone, a card, that could help them attack? Who can attack with cunning? Kasumi. Whenever you use the quarters, somebody can lose a morale. We'll put that in. Because we're about to gain 3. 1, 2, 3. And another card. Fishing. If you use the deck to go searching, draw Fate. If 4 or more, gain a meat. Ooh. We haven't been searching for a while. Events. Zoom in on the events. The crew brawl. A fight breaks out among the crew. Stop the fight for cunning 7. Or let the crew members sort it out. Lose a health and skip the next ship action. I don't want to do that. Let's stop the fight. Cunning 7. So we can get 1 from there if we need it. I've got a card if we need it. Kasumi has now got 2. So 2 cunning right there. 3. 4. What do we need? 7. 4. Boom. So yeah, we just stop the fight. We don't gain anything, but we don't lose anything either. So I think I'm going to... Oh, did I not? Oh yeah. Action to move. I'm not going to commit anyone to it. Let's just see what we draw. 3, which takes me 1 space, which is all I need to go to R16 again. And we're going to investigate what's in that dig site. Now I'm not near death. Now everybody isn't near death. Let's go see what's in this dig site. Space 56. Uh-oh. As you might have guessed, as you walk through the abandoned camp, you hear a loud trumpeting and a crash. You dive out of the way just in time to avoid a large creature barreling through the camp, dragging broken tents along with it. Good heavens, shouts Gregory. Is that what the archaeologists woke up? Raphael grins. What do you say we put it back to sleep? 26 and 83. So a slightly easier combat, I think, than other ones that we've had. 26, 83. No combat in the first video. Is this 3 combats now in this one? 83. Let's see who we're up against. Hard shuffling 2 things, isn't it? I'm going to stop now. So we've got the Drying Dead and a Necrotic Elephant. Drying Dead can heal. It hasn't got too much health. Necrotic Elephant, look at that retaliation. It's massive. Is that 2, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11 retaliation? Is its like baseline? Let's go. So, unfortunately, Raphael's plus damage, he's still got tokens on him, so I can't use him for anything. Mac will attack the Drying Dead, who's got a 7 on the accuracy. 4 plus 2 is not enough. So redrawing Fate is the easiest thing to do, really. It's another 2. So redrawing Fate is the easiest thing, really. It's a 5. There we go. That is both of my opportunities to do that gone. I think somebody, Kasumi, for 1 token, can do that. So Mac is doing 2 damage. Could get rid of her card to do 3. And you know what? I think he's going to do that. The bandage that I just gave her, she's going to discard to do an extra damage. So she's attacking the Drying Dead. She's going to do 1, 2, 3. So straight away the elephant is a little less scary to retaliate against. That's a synergy token, but it's also 2 retaliation damage. So 2 damage to Mac. She can give her synergy token to... I always think the captain. So we can only redraw fate if it was... Oh, is that what... Oh, her ability, yeah, it's got a 1 rather than just the empty gem. Thanks, Steve. So... Gregory does 3 damage now, doesn't he? Raphael only does 2 damage. I'm just thinking, whoever goes there is going to take enough damage to die, basically. Marco's got good shield. He only does 1 damage, though. But his synergy token can be to give someone 2 damage. But they can't be used on hearts. Let's do the captain. So the captain's got 4. The captain is going to attack the elephant, which is worrying. So only needs 2 to hit the elephant. That's a 1. But Kasumi's ability can let you redraw if it was a 1. It's a 5. There we go. This is where the luck's going to start turning against me. So 4 damage from the captain, which she could discard Sharp Eye to boost. But I think 3, 4 is a nice amount of damage there. Could do an extra damage, but no one's doing 6 damage in one go anyway. So that's going to be 6 damage back, which means 5 to the captain and 1 to someone else. Let's, hey Marco. But synergy token, someone else can attack diagonally, if that makes any difference to anyone. Maybe it will. Kasumi, you can attack diagonally. Why's she got a token on her? Mac attacked. Then the captain attacked. And now Kasumi will attack. She needs a 4. Let's see if she manages it. She gets a 5. So that's okay. And if you can hear that lovely beeping. So 3 damage, and she can discard a prey to do 4. Do you know what she's going to? She's only just gained all these cards and we're getting rid of them. But then she can do 3, 4 damage. That's the worst of the retaliation gone, I think. So retaliates for 3, which is still enough to kill her. Well, knock her down to 0 health. So Gregory, if he hits, could kill the elephant. He's only got 2 accuracy. I've only got 1 token. Just trying to see if there's anything about that can help us, help him hit. There isn't. So he's just going to go for it, I think. He's going to try and hit the elephant. He needs 4. He gets 2. So the elephant hits him first for 3 damage, which unfortunately is enough to knock him down. I suppose we can do a recipe, can't we? I don't know if you can do a recipe in the middle of him taking damage. Because it means that, like, he hits for 1, doesn't he? When you get hit by something. Because he could have discarded his card to do 4 damage and that would have been everything. But unfortunately now, we've got to take a load of things. So the Drying Dead will regen. Does it regen a particular one? Is that on here somewhere? It regens 1... I assume it regens a heart rather than a nothing. And we need to sort out 2, 4, 5 damage to everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skeleton heals. We need a frightened, can't attack. Sorry, Marco, stacking up all of these things, but you'll be okay. And weakened, -2 to skills. But we're close. So we'll start with who's got 3 damage. We need to do a recipe, don't we? So some of these people can attack. 1 fewer. We'll just spend a meat. So that is 3 fatigue, which we've just about got. A low morale, which Marco somehow has. He's got everything. And then 3 health. You can fight again. You can fight again. Let's do Gregory one more time. It's then. Yeah, we've got no way of boosting the things, have we? Mac first. Mac needs to attack the Drying Dead for 7. So she needs 3. On here, she gets 6. So that's fine. She does 2 damage to it. Which she... to do synergy, though. I wanted her to pass her synergy token onto someone else. She's still doing 2 damage, but doesn't hit a synergy that way. Unfortunately. Raphael could finish off the Drying Dead, but we're just going to have to hope. Gregory is going to attack the elephant. 2 + 5 is 7. That's more than he needs. So he does 3 damage because he's got 3 damage himself, so he does an extra 1. Boom. There is the necrotic elephant. Knifed in the leg. So we just have the Drying Dead to take care of. Someone that can do 2 damage. That's going to be Raphael with his 3 accuracy. He still needs 4. He gets 3. I've got no way of boosting that, so he's going to have to take 2 damage, and he deals 1. So he can do that and give out his synergy token, I guess. So he needs to take 2. We can give his synergy token to someone that's going to try and attack. 2, 2. Everyone's just got 2, haven't they? Oh, the captain's still got 5 damage. Forgot about that. You can choose what to take off. Thanks, Steve. Kasumi can have the shield in case she gets hit by the Drying Dead. So she is my 4th, isn't she? She needs 5, though. Is there no one with better accuracy that can help? Nope. Oh, we only need 2 damage, don't we? Why am I looking at all of these people? Matt can go again. She only needs a 3. Which is a lot more likely. 4. That's fine. 2 damage. 2 damage on the Drying Dead. That is that. I was forgetting then, for some reason, that you can have the same person twice in a round. So then, turn 2, 56.2. You continue on to the dig site. Many of the walkways and ledges that lead deeper into the site have collapsed. There's no safe way to descend, and it's a long way down. This site is much deeper than the others you've seen. Over here, shouts Kasumi, waving you over. She's found a table set up outside of the dig site with a ledger and a leather satchel on top. I think the dead elephant attacked on payday, says Kasumi, glancing through the ledger, before they got a chance to hand out the wages. Take the money and go. Or figure out a way down into the dig site. For Savvy 8. I have a Savvy card, and no one's got fatigue. We've got to be able to do Savvy 8, right? The captain, unfortunately, got no health because I've healed wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got no way of redrawing this, though. I have got a card. 6, 7. Discard this for 8. Whew. If that had been a 1 then, I would have been gutted. 56.4. You managed to put together a system of ropes, this is what I wanted, to lower each crew member down into the dig site. It's full of abandoned tools and what looks like the remains of someone's lunch. There's also a half-unearthed artifact. It looks valuable. They may never return, Kasumi reasons, and if they do, it seems fair to take some compensation for addressing their elephant problem. Gain 8 coins, an artifact, and 3 XP. Gain quest 196, return to the ship. Now, I'm just desperately hunting around for an artifact because the only bit of the poem we know about, we need 1 more artifact to go and get. Oh, we would have got 8 coins and 3 XP for just doing that. So 8 coins, so still richy rich. And quest 196. So stacking up the quests, stacking up the adventure cards. It's going to have Behemoth on it, surely. What they woke up. We fought a necrotic war elephant in an abandoned archaeologist camp. We did indeed. And I think that right there is a very, very good session of Sleeping Gods. I've gone over a little bit. There's no one... Yes. Luckily, my guest is late. So, I think we're going to have to leave it there. And I'm going to hurriedly pack this away and get ready to try and film something. Maybe it'll be great and you'll be seeing it tomorrow. Maybe it won't and you won't. But either way, playthrough 500 is happening tomorrow, whatever it is. The first 300 were Castles of Burgundy's. 400 was SOS Titanic, I think. Just because I fancied it, I really like that game. 500, we'll see what that is tomorrow. I think I've got a message that David Tortsey might not be able to make tomorrow. There'll still be Imperium either way. But we will see what happens. I will hopefully see you at 8 PM tomorrow for some more live stuff, for some Imperium type things. There may well be something in the day of some kind of bonus surprise if the stars align. But thank you very, very much for joining me for this. I really love playing Sleeping Gods, and it's great carrying on my story in bits that I have absolutely never seen. Oh, the one last thing. The serpent comes to me. Is it a 1 or a 2? It is not. I'm not looking for a 1 or a 2. Oh, 1 to 3 take 2 ship damage. I don't take 2 ship damage. I think that's all okay other than that. Right. Thank you very much. We will be back for some more Sleeping Gods, hopefully next week. We'll see how schedules go for that. I will see you tomorrow maybe for more stuff. Friday for even more stuff. Thank you very much for being here, though. All of this is made possible thanks to Patreon. It's in the corner of the screen over that side. Patreon.com/slickerdrips if you'd like to help me be able to keep making these things and make more of them. Thank you very much for being here, though, and joining in and helping me along in my journey. I will see you very, very soon. Bye, everyone. Oh, should we have one last look? Is Marty Camp still there? He's left us. So great. Thanks a lot, Marty. Hi, Jason. Oh, yes. Joined us at the very end. Yeah, you can, if you missed any of it, it's all going to be there on YouTube. You can watch it all back, including, if you haven't seen it yet, part 1 in the pre-recorded, edited playthrough that I did last week. All of that's up there. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.